right, good morning. This is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. And it's beginning of March here in northern Michigan, and it is going to have to be a short video because it's only about 3 degrees out. So my phone doesn't last long in this. But I did something this weekend that I wanted to share with you all. I went to a farm conference. It was here in Michigan, and the name of the presenter is Dan Kitterich, and the name of the organization is BFA, and you can find this online. Okay, so Dan Kitterich, BFA, and it got me to thinking this morning because I learned a whole bunch of things that I'm going to incorporate this year on my farm. Actually, it's the second time that I've seen him. We hosted him here one year about 3 years ago, and I've used quite a few of the things that he suggested. He focuses on what's called biodynamics, and it's how everything fits together basically, and how we fit into it too. And it's deep subject, I can tell you that. Deep subject. But I'm wondering, why is it that in March we deal with March Madness? Why is that? You know, we're raring to go. I mean, you start seeing the longer days and you just get this feeling like, wow, it's going to be spring soon. And but then you get 2-degree mornings, and like we're supposed to get snow at the end of the week, so I know I'm going to be plowing snow again. I thought I would be done with it for the year, but I'm not. So I thought what I would do is I would tell you what I did. I continued my education in my particular career field, and I'm going to continue to do that until spring, until it really hits and I don't have time to do that type of work anymore. And what I mean there is, now is the time. I mean, spring is right around the corner. Now is the time to get smart about what you're going to do. Now is the time to have a plan, you know, so as soon as you can, you start hitting the ground. I've got about 5 projects that I want to get done this summer that I think really going to increase the productivity of things here on our farmstead. And, you know, I can't do them now. So a lot of it involves fencing. I can't get a shovel in the ground right now, but I can get things in place. I can make lists. I can start moving things into position that I'm going to need, because I never really work one project at a time. I'm usually working 2 or 3 things at a time. That's kind of the way it is, for me anyway. So to combat March Madness, I think that what you need to do is start getting a plan together, what you're going to do, and start doing the research on that now. There's so much information out there. I mean, I was in a room with 50 other people that are all psyched about farming, and they were just drinking in this guy's information. And I mean, it was so much fun. I just can't wait until spring gets here. But I'm not going to wait. I got in my greenhouse yesterday and I cleared some stuff out because I'm going to reconfigure it a different way. I mean, I got some great ideas from Dan on how to approach this. Completely different than how I approached it before. So I would recommend doing that. And then I thought what I would do is I would tell you some of the things that I'm going to do this summer, and some of the high points of this conference that I was at. Have you ever heard of weed tea? Weed tea. A weed is something that just kind of grows out of control. It's like, where does it come from? Where do the seeds come from? You know, here I have lamb's quarter. You guys have seen me out on my field. As soon as you put a plow in the ground here, lamb's quarter jumps up out of the ground. Well, why is that? Well, the answer to that is there are growth hormones in plants. Plants are not like us. They do not have a pituitary gland, right? I think everybody knows that. But they are limited in their growth by their environment. So if they have a great environment, they'll grow like crazy. If they have a poor environment, they won't grow that good. The environment for dandelions in the spring is perfect for them, so they go nuts. So what you can do, I mean, people think that dandelions are weeds. What you can do is you can harvest the leaves of the dandelions, not the roots, just the leaves, and just the ends if you can swing it. And then you soak that in a barrel, like a plastic barrel that maybe is black or blue, so that you can take advantage of the solar, you know, to warm that up. And what will happen is you'll leach out a lot of the things that are in that plant. And one of the things you'll leach out are the growth hormones in there. So whatever's growing out of control on your place, if you have pigweed growing out of control, make tea out of it. And then you spray that with a foliar spray. You just spray that on the leaves of everything else that you want to grow, and also spray it at the base too, the base of the plant as well. You can even spray some in a hole before you're going to do a transplant. And those hormones will help your plants grow to their full capability. I mean, can you imagine having a pepper plant that's as big as a Christmas tree? I mean, we accept pepper plants that are 2 feet tall, and we think, wow, look at this is nice. But they should be a lot bigger than that. They really should. If you look on the internet, people are growing tomato plants that are 20 feet high, that are producing 300 pounds of fruit. And we just don't strive for that. You know, we strive for a plant that's 4 feet tall and spreads out and gives us whatever. So that's one of the things that I want to do this year, is I want to tweak my garden situation and get the most out of it. And I believe I got a lot of the information that I needed from Dan this weekend. And he authorized me to do this. He authorized me to pass it on to you, so I'm going to. And that's the first thing I can think of. That was like really the coolest thing was weed tea. And I saw the data on it, and you know, I'm going to do it because it seems so exciting. All right, well, that's going to be it for today. This is Mark Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.